The selfish era is keeping you away from amazing social networks. Growing relationships require decent amount of selflessness. Do not be quick to cut people off because I hear something about if this friend does this to you, I'm very quick to cut them off. We are bound to upset each other, whether you like it or not. You are going to upset your friend is going to upset you. The selfish era is keeping you away from amazing social networks. If you're familiar with the internet space, you might have come across this trend or this topic surrounding the selfish era, where you're supposed to prioritize yourself, focus on just yourself, make sure you're taking care of yourself and eliminating the things that are not benefiting to you. But there are certain situations where some people who might have taken this particular topic to an extreme, to the point where you're so self-centered that you forget that other individuals also have feelings, they have their own opinions as well. But because you're just way too selfish, you do not see other people's points of view, you're just seeing yourself. I'll give you an example. I'm the kind of person that do not call people, but once in a while I'll just sit back and be like, why has this person not reached out to me in a very long time? A few months back I had to sit down and think to myself, why am I feeling the sense of entitlement to this person reaching out to me when I do not do the same thing for this person? So it made me realize that I'm expecting people to do things for me with the excuse of being extremely busy as a medical student. I do not have time, but this person should understand the situation of me being a student, especially a medical student. They should understand that and be reaching out to me. But this person that you're talking about also has his or her life with busy schedules, things that are eating them up as well, and yet you still want them to reach out to you. So it got me thinking, Abby, you are actually being self-centered at this point. If you think about someone or someone should pop into your head and you haven't spoken to the person for a long period of time, you shouldn't just fold your hands and wait for the person to call you. You might as well just pick up your phone at that moment and call them, text them and be like, hey, how are you doing? You need to understand when to be selfish and when to be selfless, because that's the balance you need, especially as individuals creating social networks, creating familiarity with people. Growing relationships require decent amount of selflessness. If you are to allow this selfishness to creep into your personal life, you end up being the one to reap the benefits in the end, because no matter how much we try, we as individuals, we need people around us, people who love and care about us as much as we do about them, in order to be happy. You might be seeing the finances of people you love, sincerely love, are not around you, maybe to celebrate your wins, to cry with you when you're down. And what's the essence of living? That's just my own opinion. Not like I'm telling you not to be selfish, but to what cost? To what end? You get me? Let me also bring it into our own aspect as students. When I got into the university, I told myself that I'll just be by myself. I won't let lecturers know me. I won't be too out there. But getting into my clinicals, I had to understand that you being a loner, segregating yourself, not letting lecturers know you, will get you just so far. So there's something about having an amazing relationship with your lecturers, with boundaries though, but you still have a decent cordial relationship with your lecturers. They can help you get so far in medical school. It's not just about the reading. The thing about medical school is that they are not just lecturing you, they are not just teaching you just to be a doctor. They're also watching and observing your character, to know if you're teachable, to know if you're willing to be diligent, to know if you're actually very serious about classes. If these lecturers have already known you to be someone with a good character, or if they're passing by, you go and you say, hi, how is your family doing? In classes, you show your face. You don't necessarily have to be out there if you're introverted, but at least one or two lecturers know you have a decent amount of cordial relationship with them. Christmas, New Year, New Month, you text and say happy New Month, happy Christmas, happy birthday. These little things is like you're planting little seeds in the minds of your lecturers to know that, okay, I do exist, and in situations where help is needed, you see them, they'll be willing to go extra mile for you as a student to make sure that you succeed. in your career. I'm just using myself as a medical student as an example, because you might see a student who is very brilliant, but because of the back blood he or she has with a lecturer, you see the student, because you do not have decent relationship with them, they're upset with you, they have something against you. You see that these lecturers will go far and beyond to make sure that they feel you. They've gained that power. They've gone through secondary school, they've gone through the university, they've gotten their master's degrees, they are now lecturing you, so they have the power to fail or to pass you. So if you do not have a reasonable relationship with them, you're selfish, you're just yourself, you don't see the need to have a decent relationship with the people who have the power over you, then don't expect yourself to go so far, whether it's in your career, in your school work, in your business. If you do not have a decent relationship with people, just because you're selfish, you're thinking about just yourself, you can only go so far, because there's something that knowing people, having a good relationship with people does for you as a person. It opens certain doors for you that you never really knew will be available for you. I mean, individuals are the opportunities we are talking about, because everybody out here is always talking about, I'm looking for an opportunity to do this, I'm looking for help to do that. But you're placed in situations where you need to go out and connect with people in social settings, but you're just laid back because you don't like to talk to people, because you don't like to interact with certain individuals. Even if you do interact, you're not the type of person to check up on people. It's just about you, then it can actually limit your own open doors, can limit the opportunities that come your way. If you're an individual, you're looking for a way to get into the political world, and you're selfish with the way you interact with people, reaching out to people, giving to people, it's just yourself, it can only get you so far. I had the opportunity to work with the school's student union government last year, and it actually opened my eyes to the reason why we need to interact more socially with people. I'm the kind of person that stick more to the people that I'm already used to, my friends that I grew up with, my family members, people that are close to me. But aside from that, making connections, interacting with people, reaching out to people I just met is not something that is within my normal character. But after working with the school's student union government, it opened my eyes that if I want opportunities to come my way, I need to talk with people more, I need to reach out to people more, I need to be selfless more. Even if you don't have anything, once in a while you buy something and give to this person, call this person, you text this person, you reach out to them and ask, how are you doing? Is this little display of intentionality towards other people other than yourself will bring about certain open doors, certain opportunities that you never really thought would come your way, just because of a little act of being concerned, a little act of gift giving will just open opportunities that you never thought would come your way. So if you are being so selfish to the point that you neglect the people that God has put around you as an individual to create open doors for you, then trust me, it can only get you so far. It will limit places, the positions, the things you're supposed to achieve in this life. I mean, the Bible says that you stand before kings, you will not stand before mean men. It's not saying you're going to stand before yourself, you're standing before kings. These kings are the people that God has put in front of you as the opportunities, people who are going to open doors for you. It's not yourself. God uses people around you to bless you. So if these people around you, you're not reaching out to them, if these people around you, you're selfish towards them, if these people around you, you're not showing any form of concern for them, then that blessing that God wants to use that individual to bless you with is going to someone else. You do not want that. As much as we preach selfishness, as much as we preach focusing on yourself, you should not ignore the people around you. Yes, prioritize yourself. Go ahead and put yourself first. Go ahead and think about the things that are best for you. It's also of your best interest that as you're thinking about yourself, you do not forget the people that has been placed in front of you, be it new people, be it you're in a new social setting, be it that you got to know this individual just yesterday and the person has been reaching out to you. You shouldn't just sit back and then fold your arms because you do not want to stress yourself. Reach out to these people as well. Another thing I want to talk about is cutting people off. Do not be quick to cut people off, especially when it comes to friendships, because I hear something about, if this friend does this to you, I'm very quick to cut them off. I mean, we are individuals, we are people, right? We are from different background, different family history, social backgrounds. We are bound to upset each other, whether you like it or not. You are going to upset your friend is going to upset you. No matter how much you look at yourself and you're like, you're perfect, believe me, nobody is perfect. You're going to piss somebody off. And if you're quick to cut people off and people are quick to cut you off, you're going to end up alone. There's nothing to enjoy in this world if you're completely just by yourself. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you cannot be happy alone, but there's something about having people who love and care about you around you. And if you have these people, do not be quick to cut them off. Be willing to compromise, be willing to bend, but do not bend to the extent where you break. As long as you do not break, be willing to compromise. As long as these individuals are willing to compromise and to bend for you as well in order to make each other happy, be willing to do that. You don't go into a friendship expecting it to end tomorrow, especially when the thing is as fickle as, oh, she took this thing and she didn't return it, and now I'm mad at her. Why did she have this kind of character? You might as well just go ahead and speak to this person. You don't like this person is willing to change, give them that grace. Individuals, we deserve grace. Your friends deserve grace from you. Your family members deserve grace from you. Your siblings deserve grace from you. Do not be quick to cut people off just because you come on the internet and they tell you, if this person does this to you, they are toxic. Cut them off. You go ahead and cut that person that has been there for you all your life just because they exhibited one or two traits that you do not deem fit as a person. Then you just go ahead and cut them off. You might as well just give them that chance to speak, give them that chance to explain, and you be willing to understand them as a person and be willing to observe to see if there's any change and improvement, and be willing to give these people your solicited advice. Don't be too quick to cut people off. These people that you're building your relationships now that you are young are the people that might help you out in the future. Your friends, do not be quick to cut them off. I've seen so many topics surrounding cutting people off, and I get it. I get you should remove individuals who are really toxic in your life, but you should understand the difference between toxicity and just mistakes and just misunderstandings. Toxicity is a repeated act. Mistakes, misunderstanding is something that happens once or twice or even thrice, that because people have habits that might be really icky to you, and habits are really hard to break. So you give them the grace, the favor to work on themselves gradually in order to improve for the betterment of themselves and for you as well. Do not give people timelines that might not be favorable to them just because you feel like what they're doing is affecting you and they should stop it as quickly as possible. It might not just be that easy for them to stop that trait, but as long as they are working gradually to improving themselves, do not cut them off. Give them the grace to work on themselves and be better for you and them as well. Do not be so fast to chop people off. But just because I said do not be fast to cut people off does not mean that you shouldn't cut those with coconut head. Cut them off. I mean, just because you're seeing this and you're saying, oh, she said they should tolerate us so I can continue misbehaving once in a while as long as they forgive me. No, the walls are still up there. That's why I talk about the balance. We will know when to cut you off and when not to cut you off. So if you continue being, a beans, the scissors is still very sharp. So you better don't play. Respect yourself. I'm Abby, a student doctor based in Nigeria, currently in her 5th year of studies, and I remain your favorite host of Tea Time with ABW. And if you've gotten to this point of the video, feel free to become a bandmate today by hitting the subscribe button and turning on your post notification bell so that you don't miss out on any video on this channel when it drops. And I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Until then, stay happy and stay blessed. Bye.